let's do it. Erin, oh my God. Welcome to Spark TV.
Thank you, Danielle. It's lovely to be here.
I'm so excited to share your story with the Spark community. So let's kick things off by telling everyone who you are and what you do.
Well, my name is Erin, and I am the co-founder of Marmee Nurtureware, and I guess I'm the head of sales and marketing for us, our little two-person entity. So that's who I am. I've got a background in all sorts of things in marketing and sales, so just sort of fit really. So yeah.
Amazing. And so tell me more about the products that you sell.
Yes, so we sell breastfeeding scarves for mums that might feel a bit uncomfortable feeding in public, because I know I did occasionally. I was sort of okay with most of the time, but there were those occasions where you're in a pub or, old man staring across the room and you're like, So we've designed these beautiful scarves that just clip into any breastfeeding bra.
Oh,
And
cool.
they're really lightweight, organic cotton. I'm wearing one in my hair actually at the moment. So
I love it.
they're easy. You can put them in your hair, around your wrist, in your bag. And our other product is also it's a baby wrap. So we call it the Convert Me Baby Wrap, because it has little toggles on the end that you can actually wrap around your pram.
Ah, cool.
So I thought that was very handy instead of looking for clips all the time. And our customers absolutely love that. They said it's the best thing ever, which is great feedback. And it's quite oversized, so it can be used as like a mat as well as a cover for the baby in the pram, and also being a baby wrap as well. So they're sort of our two main products. And with the offcuts, so we tried to do minimal wastage. So we managed to do zero wastage with our fabric, which was great.
Cool.
And with the offcuts, we've made baby headbands. We call them daydreaming eye masks, and they've got the beautiful filling of the organic cotton inside as well. And also scrunchies as well, which I have here. So
I love it.
so that's us. They're our little products, and we're just trying to make mums feel comfortable and relieve any anxiety pressures when they're breastfeeding as well. So yeah.
Oh my God, that's incredible. So when did this start? How long have you been running the business?
We officially launched last year, but
Yeah.
as you'd know, there's a lot that goes into before launching. I came up with the idea probably around 7 years ago when I was breastfeeding my first child, and there was those couple of moments where wraps never sort of fit. They're like, just use a baby wrap, and it was always falling off, and I always had to grab my boob, and it was just awkward. And sort of came up with this idea, and then life got in the way. And then I had just when I was pregnant with baby number 2, I went and did a sewing course, and I sort of made a prototype, but I'm terrible at sewing. I just realized that I did this class. I'm like, this is not me, as much as I try. And my beautiful mother-in-law during COVID introduced, she goes, I hope you don't mind, I told a lady in my book reading club about your idea. And so beautiful Donna, who's our other co-founder, her background is in design. So she was working,
Oh,
I think, at
cool.
Billabong or one of those guys at the time. And so it was perfect. She just sort of found my prototype and went, this isn't quite going to work, but I'll make it work.
Thanks, Donna.
Yeah. So it's just been a really lovely fit. We just I don't know, we've just always been on the same page and just chilled, and I don't know, we just sort of go at our own pace because we know that how busy life is and crazy like that. So it's been a journey. So we sort of 20, maybe 3 years, maybe 4, or close to 4, I guess, we've been working away at it. And and then officially launched to the market last year at the village markets on the Gold Coast. So
Wow.
so it's exciting.
So good. I love it. And so I've got to ask, because it sounds like your relationship with your co-founder is just a dream.
Yeah.
How have you gone about navigating that? Because I know sometimes, if it's your idea, your business, and then bringing somebody in can be a little bit tumultuous sometimes, but it sounds like you've kind of nailed it.
Yeah, we just know that we're a partnership. Like, I wouldn't have been able to do this without Donna. She wouldn't have been able to do it without me. And we just always like when we sit down and brainstorm, we always go at the end, oh yeah, that's right. Like we go, that's
Mm.
it. And I don't know, we always seem to be on the same page. It's
Oh,
very bizarre,
good.
but it's great. And yeah, Donna just moved to Harvey Bay, so it's become a bit harder because we did have an office at her house.
Mm.
But it's great because I yeah, we just sort of chat every week anyway, and then she comes down and we'll do a market. And yeah, so it's great because we'll only sort of catching up once a week at the start anyway, so it's
Yeah.
yeah, it's good, it's great.
So good. I
Yeah.
love it. So you mentioned markets, and then do you also sell online?
Yes. Yeah, so we sort of launched the website at the same time as we did our first ever market. Yeah, so we are online, just trying to navigate e-commerce and Facebook ads and all the rest of it. So yeah, I'm just doing a course at the moment to get my head around what actually is working out there for advertising. So
Yeah.
yeah, because it changes, as we know, social media changes every day. So
Yeah, the
it's
joys, like we don't have
I know,
enough on our plate as business owners.
I
Change the
know.
algorithm.
Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah, so it's uh yeah, I'm hoping to finish that at some stage, so we can really take off. And because we've got so much content sitting there, and I'm sort of just sitting on it so I can, find that right time to use it all.
Mm.
Because we all know how hard it is to create the content as well, and the time. And um yeah, so hopefully we can just move from that and it will become a bit more organic. So that's the
Yeah.
plan.
I love it. I love it. So
Yeah.
you mentioned markets, the website and ads. How have you got your first sales? Like what's been your kind of marketing strategy to date?
We It was pretty much always going to be the markets.
Hmm.
I'm in one stockist actually, down
Oh,
at Cromer
cool.
Beachfront, which is great. So we sort of got in there late last year. Um, so I'm just sort of holding off on stockists at the moment, just so I can really see where the income is coming from once
Mm.
once the ads kick off a bit better. But I ran a few campaigns last year, and we got a few sales from that. Um, Not as many as I'd like, as we always want, but the markets,
Surprise.
yeah, the markets have been great for us. We found
Oh.
there's been a few sort of at Robina Town Centre, and just it's great because you get that feedback instantly, and so many
Mm.
people go, oh my god, this product's so unique and so great. And I wish I had this when I was breastfeeding. And but we find we get every one of our target markets, like the grandmas come up and buy something, the breastfeeding mum, like we had this mum come up, and her husband just handed her the cup, like, just get this because you need it, sort of thing. It was quite funny to watch. I'm like, that's what my husband probably would do, because
Yeah.
we never want to buy anything for ourselves. It's always the kids. Um,
Mm.
so yeah, it's really great feedback doing the markets because it's just instant. And yeah, we're feeling a bit down at the end of last year because we hadn't had sales for a little while, but I hadn't put a lot of effort in either at the same time with, end of year school stuff and all the rest.
Mm.
Um, yeah, so we went and did a market. It was a nighttime one, and yeah, we just got the best feedback, and we sold heaps of stuff, which was exciting. And yeah, it was nice to finish the year on a high, sort of
Yes.
to go, oh yeah, this is the reason we're doing this. Like, just seeing people walk away happy, and yeah, and talk about the product, and the material's so nice. Like, I love it.
Yeah. Well, and I guess like being able to touch and feel it, like the markets make so much sense.
Yeah, yeah. So yeah, so they're great for branding as well. So
Yeah.
and just meeting other store holders, like a couple of store holders have given shout outs to us as well, which is so
Oh,
lovely. So a nice little community you sort of get, just supporting each other.
Yeah,
Yeah, but I
it's so
yeah,
interesting. Like people, say, I'm posting on Instagram, and look, it depends on what product you have, but it is interesting. A market is a place where there are customers that are coming to buy, and
yeah.
you have this opportunity to like be there in front of them. I think markets are awesome, and markets have launched so many huge brands. Like you think about it.
Oh, yeah.
Samantha Will's jewelry, Sass and Bite, they all started at the markets. Like the markets are so good for customer feedback, like you said, sales, because you've got customers walking in the door that are ready to buy something. Yeah, I love the markets.
Yeah, and I think that's like so true in this day and age as well. It's all about the e-commerce,
Yeah.
which is great. I definitely want the e-commerce, but I'd love to just always do a market every now and then just to stay in touch with your customer
Mm.
and get that feedback. And I think it's really really important. So yeah, I do like I like socializing, so it's sort of the only time I get out these days.
Well, kill all the birds with one
Yeah,
stone.
right, mum life, right?
Oh, that's so good. I love it. What do you think's been the biggest challenge for you growing this business?
Just time.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, I think that's you sort of, and I think that's like with anything in life really. You finally think you're in a routine, you get the hang of it, and then something changes and you're
Something
like, oh, like
explodes.
yeah, yeah, exactly. And then you've got to reset again and come back. So I feel like I've just had a bit of that moment. Like the whole family was sick almost for the whole last term, it felt like. So I just really wasn't putting in the time that I wanted to. And then you start getting annoyed at yourself and getting down on everything. And so yeah, you just one of my friends told me once she started at the markets actually, and she's doing really really well now. She said just don't ever give up. So I always remember that. I'm like, yeah, just don't give up. You just got to keep going. So and that's what's great about having a business partner too, because we keep each other sort of fed with that energy, I guess. So yeah, it's nice.
Yeah, I
It's
always
good.
found that with a co-founder, like when I was feeling like shit, they were positive. When they were feeling like shit, I was positive. So we kind of just like
Yeah.
seesaw each other out a little bit.
Yeah, it is. It is a great little balance. It's really lovely. And I've years ago I did like a wedding business,
Oh my
and I was
God,
sort of
really?
it was right before COVID, so it was a bad timing. But uh, yeah, and I just it's so much like I remember calling friends and going, "What do you think about this?" And you feel like you're interrupting people's time. Whereas when you've got a business partner, you just get to go, "Hey, let's work this out." And yeah, it's nice. It's a lot more pleasant.
Totally. I think it's like, people always say find your community. And I think that's kind of the delight of having a business owner, I mean, co-founder, is that you do have somebody there who is equally as obsessed or almost as equally obsessed as you are
Yeah, no,
with the
it's true. Yeah,
business.
like yeah, Donna's so passionate, and I
Mm.
love it because yeah, when we get together, we're just like and like she'll think of stuff sometimes that I don't think about, and or she'll remind me of things, and I do the same with her, and I'm like, oh, we have actually done all this, and we're like, oh, we have done a lot.
Yeah. Yeah, it's nice having someone in your corner that like gets it, but also like kind of encourages you to reflect and celebrate your wins as well.
Yeah, yeah, definitely, and it's like there's so much to the business. It's not just being on Instagram every day, you've got to do all the behind the scenes, the admins, get the website built, do the zero, all the accounting stuff, and
Mm.
come up with campaigns and come up with new designs and all the rest of it. So, yeah, there's a lot of work before just doing the content. So it's
Yeah, it does feel like content is like the only thing people think you've got to do, isn't it?
yeah, yeah,
Like, what am I? I'm just a reels expert at this point. But it's so true. There's so many things that you don't see behind a beautiful brand that's out there.
yeah, yeah.
How do you go?
Oh.
How do you find the juggle? Like, do you have any strategies to keep yourself sane in business?
Well, I call it my Marmee Day.
Yep.
Donna and I always say Happy Marmee Day.
Oh, I love
And
that.
I find I go for a walk. I'll drop the kids off and I'll go somewhere near the ocean because I'm lucky enough to live near it. Um, and I'll go for a nice walk. And if it's warm enough, I'll jump in the water. And I find like that's me time. That's sort of the me time I get for the week. And it just makes my Marmee day so much more relaxing, and yeah, I don't know, it resets me away from the paying job. I call it.
Yeah, totally. And I
Yeah.
love that as kind of like a marker of kind of going, okay, this is the day where I get to do what I want to do. Let's kind of, bookend the real life stuff and
Yeah.
do something that's fulfilling and that makes you feel amazing and that calms you down and that lets you go into that business day feeling really grounded. I like that. I think that's an awesome strategy.
Yeah. It's just sometimes I'm like, oh, I've been walking too long. I really need to get back to I need to sit down and get going.
We
But
need to actually do some work today, ladies.
yeah, because sometimes it's a really nice day. I'm like, oh, I've got to get in there. So,
Yes.
no, it's nice, and we've both made sure of that, like, because Donna will be like, oh, I'm running late, I'm finishing off my run, and I'm like, we're it's like fine, that's part of who we are, that's part of our values, and yeah, we don't want this to be something we don't like, and yeah, we just want to make it happy and fun, and we want to just make people feel great, so,
Mhm.
and I think that how you're feeling portrays out there,
Yeah.
to the public. I don't know, you might put something together and it's just not as calm as it should be, and I feel like it always gets picked up somehow, so it's
Yeah.
yeah, we try to keep it calm on our end.
I like that. And I think that, we talk a lot about starting a business for that freedom and flexibility and to live our life to our values. And sometimes I think we forget about that and we don't do the stuff. So I absolutely love you that you're like, my vibe or our vibe is being calm, experiencing nature, doing at our pace, keeping the passion alive, and actually walking that talk and making sure that you prioritize that at the start of the business day. I just think we talk about it a lot, but don't actually do it all of the time.
Yeah, oh, totally. Yeah,
Mhm.
because I'll find, because I work from home, and it's just I'll get to my desk and I'm like, did I actually have a lunch break today? Because you just, you sit there and you're like, yeah, and then you get to the end of the week, I'm like, oh, that's not good. So, um,
I have the
yeah.
reverse problem where I have 1,700 lunch breaks and then do the work. I work from home and I'm like, oh, what snacks do I have in the house?
I do have days like that, don't get me wrong. Yeah, those days you just can't switch
Mm.
on properly. It's hard. Yeah, because I guess though even when I did work in an office, I think I had those days as well. You'd just be
Oh,
chatting to everyone, and yeah.
totally. Got to go down and get a coffee and then,
Yeah.
oh, just meet someone along the way.
No,
Yeah, I've taken my
it's
bad
hard to be
habits from corporate into my work as well.
yeah, it's hard to just stay grounded daily, and we're just human beings, aren't we? Like, we're not
Mhm.
robots, so if we don't have those days, then we're not going to be good the next day, because we're obviously saving energy somehow. Yeah, so
Yeah. And it is interesting. I mean, my husband says this to me if I'm like on the laptop in front of the TV too. He's like, you've been doing a few late nights, recently, maybe don't forget you need rest. And I'm like, oh yeah. But it is so true. Like I feel like when we keep pushing ourselves, you're right. You said it before in the sense that like people can feel when it comes from a like chaotic place and you want the calm energy to flow through into the stuff that you put out. I think you're right. I think people can feel it. And I think that we don't do our best work when we're a little bit chaotic.
no, and it's hard these days because we're contactable all the time,
Mm.
and it's so hard to switch off and have those moments. And like, I'll take my phone with me, but I'll put it in my pocket. It's just there so I know what time it is, really, and how
Yes.
far I've walked, because I like to go, oh, I did that today.
Mm.
Yeah, because it is important to just have those times away from technology, because it just is everywhere all the
Yeah.
time. So, yeah, I think, yeah, a little bit of peace always helps.
I
Just
love it.
finding
I
it.
love it. Yeah, totally. But it is important. I think it's totally important on all levels of business to kind of preserve why you got into it in the first place and preserve your energy as a human being as well.
Yeah, totally. So yeah, we want mums to feel less anxiety. So we don't
Yes.
want to be like that ourselves. We want to trust me, there's days where I'm like the crazy lady all the time actually feels like. But yeah, it's yeah, we know it's hard enough being a mum, and it's if you can just take one little thing and make mum feel better about herself and
Yes.
more comfortable, then yeah, that's what we want to do. And yeah, it's just nice to see people walk away with a smile. It's nice.
I think it's incredible. So what's on the horizon for you for the next 6 months? What are you working on?
Um, I just want to nail this advertising. So that's really what we'll be doing, a few more markets. And loving the village markets. They're pretty much our go-to.
They're
They're
gorgeous.
amazing.
Mm.
Yeah, yeah, lots of amazing brands started there as well. So I'm like, oh, I'm going to follow in their footsteps.
Absolutely. I
Yeah,
love
we're out
that.
there
That's good
watching
intention.
space. Yes. Yeah, so just yeah, just trying to nail that advertising and get some really cool content out there. And yeah, that's pretty much our 6 months plan. Just markets, nail that, and then move on to the next thing. So
Awesome. I
yeah.
love it. Well, you are absolutely incredible. Now, I always love to wrap these podcasts with one last piece of advice. So, reflecting on your time in business, what would be a piece of advice that you would give to another woman on her journey?
Um just let it go. Like if you're having a crap week, that's fine. Just move on to the next, because we're all going to have those weeks where we're exhausted and we can't fit it in. We just can't physically fit it in, and it's okay. It's okay
Yeah.
to just say, walk away this week, come back next week. It will still be there. So
Oh my God, it will still be there, won't it? You're so
it'll still be
right.
there.
Oh my God. I'm literally I'm gonna take that advice to heart. I'm doing I've had such a busy week and I've got a big conference on tomorrow. Tomorrow's Friday, doesn't matter
Oh
when
wow, yeah,
it is. And I've just had to say that to myself this morning, like, you are going to get nothing done tomorrow. Just be present, listen, enjoy. The work will be there on the weekend, next week, whenever it happens. So I love that. Like, let it go and the work will still be there.
yeah. So I can't help with the workload, but
Yeah. The world won't fall apart though. You're giving me life here.
yeah, exactly. It's all, because I think as women we, you know, talk ourselves into the worst scenarios, and we overthink
Spiral
everything.
out of control.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, overthink. Yeah, we always think we're not doing the best that we can, and we all are. Women are amazing. Like, we're just the ultimate multitaskers, and I think every woman is just bloody fantastic inside and out, and I love women supporting women. I think what you're doing with Spark is just amazing. So thank you for letting me be part of this. Yeah, so
No,
power to the
you
women.
are incredible. And what you're doing is amazing. So I love having you in Spark. Oh,
No, it's been
awesome. No,
great.
I couldn't agree with you more. Like, and not just the Spark community, but I agree, like, women are bloody amazing. We are so strong and we're so, like, work, family, business, like, we are literally take on the world and do
Yeah,
it and do it well. And I just think you're right. We are amazing and we should recognize that in ourselves a little bit more sometimes.
yeah, definitely. Tell each other every
Erin,
day.
thank you. Thank you so much for sharing your story with the Spark community. It was a pleasure to have you on the show, and I can't wait to follow your journey.
Oh, thank you. It's been awesome being here. I love talking about Marmee, so bring it on.